I was recently approached by Hansshow, the maker of many aftermarket products for Tesla vehicles, to install their LED light strip with blind spot detection for the Cybertruck. Now, of course, Cybertruck already has a great looking light strip built into the cabin, as well as 2 ways to let you know if another vehicle is in your blind spot. So I wasn't sure if this product would even be necessary, but I honestly have to say that this LED light strip with blind spot detection not only looks great, but adds another level of awareness that I wish the Cybertruck's existing LED light strip was capable of. So if this is something that interests you, I will now walk you through the installation process along with a quick demonstration video at the end. Inside the box, you'll get the LED light strip, plastic fish wire, which I actually didn't need, and I'll show you that at the end as well, the wire harness, and everything else you'll need for the installation, like extra clips, mounting tape, a pry tool, 2 wire splices, which are non-evasive, so you never actually cut any of the wires in the Cybertruck, and there's also some electrical tape. There's also a QR code to download the Hansshow installation manual. Now definitely print this out, but this video will give you the step-by-step instructions you'll need to install this. Before we begin, let's get familiar with the LED light strip wiring harness. There's a passenger side power connector, a driver side power connector, a connector for the Cybertruck's computer module, the 2 wires that we'll use with those non-invasive wire splices, and finally a connector plug for the LED light strip itself. With the exception of that connected to the light strip, all of the other connections on the wiring harness are male to female pass-through connectors, meaning the Hansshow connectors go in between the ones we remove from the Cybertruck. Okay, with that said, let's get started. As most of the connections are on the passenger side, I suggest starting there and then working your way over to the driver's side. So the first thing that we'll need to do is remove the weather stripping from around the passenger door by tugging it away from the door frame. Next, remove the small trim cover on the passenger side. Next, we will need to remove the door sill trim by getting our fingers under it and evenly pulling it up to release the clips that hold it in place. Once that's removed, put it aside and take note of this wire bundle in the lower door frame, as we'll be coming back to this later. Next, unclip the footwell panel that runs the width of the Cybertruck. I needed to use the pry tool and my fingers to release the clips that hold this in place. Once all the clips are released, the footwell panel will just hang in place. There's actually a strap that you can't see in the video that holds it up so it won't fall down. Now, because we've worked our way over to the driver's side, now is a good time to remove the weather stripping here too. We'll also need to remove the driver's side trim panel. And for this one, I actually needed the pry tool to get this side off because I'd never removed it before. Next, we'll need to remove the driver's side door sill trim in the same way as the passenger side. Once that's done, head back to the passenger side where we will need to peel down the carpet in the passenger footwell to gain access to the Cybertruck's computer module. Now that you see the module, we're going to need to locate and unplug this blue connector so we can plug the bypass connector from the LED light strip wiring harness. Once that's done, plug the blue connector back into the female end of the Hansshow bypass connector. Next, disconnect the passenger side power connector here. Now, because I already have the Hansshow streaming rearview mirror using this power connector, I will just daisy chain the connectors from the LED light strip in with the one from the rearview mirror. After the passenger side power connector is plugged in, simply just tuck everything back and away. Next, we're going to need to work on that wire bundle in the lower door frame that I showed you earlier. Now, because these wires are bundled together with bands of electrical tape, I found it easier to work with by cutting away some of the black electrical tape. Next, we'll need to locate the purple and purple-white wire pairs. As they are twisted together, you will need to spread them apart just a little for the next step, which is to install these wire splices. Now, I'll leave a link in the description below that gives a lot more detail on these wire splices. But if you follow what I'm doing here, I think you're going to be just fine because it worked for me perfectly. Okay, first slide one wire splice over the solid purple cable from the Cybertruck wire bundle, then locate the purple wire from the Hansshow wire harness and slide it in and crimp it down. Now, I was able to fold over the tabs of this wire splice by hand and squeeze it down to crimp and make a good connection, but use a pair of pliers if you need a little extra pressure. And now we'll repeat this process with the purple-white wire and the white wire from the LED light strips wire harness. Now we're going to slide over to the driver's side, where we're going to connect the power cable from the LED light strip harness into the driver's side power cable. And after that's done, you'll notice this gray wire, it runs the length of the wiring harness towards the passenger side, so just tuck it up under this footwell. Now would be a great time to test the LED light strip before putting everything back together. So first, make sure that the Hansshow LED light strip can be controlled with the Cybertruck's on-screen controls. Then, check that it flashes green with the blinkers. Next, check that it turns red when either door is open. Once I knew that everything worked, I just left the light strip on the dash and went for a quick drive to test the blind spot detection functionality, which also worked perfectly. Now that everything worked great, the next step was to apply the double-sided tape to the light strip and mount it to the dash just above the built-in Cybertruck lighting. After that, you'll need to route the wire from the light strip itself under the dash. I was able to apply just a little pressure to the passenger side pillar trim, which allowed the wire to slip down beneath the dash. Finally, starting at the driver's side, we'll button everything back up like I show you here. Oh, and remember these extra clips that came in the Hansshow LED light strip box? Well, they're for situations like this where I actually lost a couple of clips on the door sill trim. This must have happened when I lifted it up, so because I lost them, I replaced them with the ones from inside the Hansshow light strip box. So that's the Hansshow LED light strip with blind spot detection. If this is something you might like for your Cybertruck, I will leave a link in the description below for a 20% off Black Friday discount code. If you're watching this after Black Friday, there will be other discounts as well. Anyway, if you found this video helpful, please click the like button, which will help get this content out to others that might also be interested in it. Also, if you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you are alerted to any new content that I post in the future. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.
passing through max Q, point of greatest aerodynamic pressure on the vehicle.